friends, welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today in front of us we have a seafood boil from Kickin Crab, my favorite place. I'll link it down below in case you guys are near one. Definitely give them a try. They're so good. I get all of my seafood boils there. Today we have king crab legs, snow crab legs, crawfish, shrimp, mussels, sausage, potato, cucumbers, but no rice today, you guys. No rice on the menu. I know it's a little bit weird because I always eat sausage, rice, and cucumber. But your girl's trying to eat the seafood and really focus on it. I feel like when I eat my rice, it fills me up too fast. And lately, I've been a dipper. You guys know I don't really like to dip my food. I like to enjoy my food. Like, I don't drown my wings in ranch or anything like that. Sometimes I am in the mood too, but lately, whenever I get Kickin Crab, I always ask for the sauce on the side, and I literally drown all of my seafood in this. This is so good. If you guys go to Kickin Crab, they're gonna ask you what flavor sauce you want. I get the Kickin Style, mild or medium. Medium's got a kick. I love it medium these days. But anyways, bon appetites. Let's get started. On the side, I'm drinking my good old H2O ice water. Tastes so good with the seafood boil because you're gonna be thirsty after this. By the way, I think when you guys see this, I'll be turning 30, which is so weird. If you guys haven't noticed, I've taken the last week or so off. It's been amazing to spend time with friends and family. I feel like I've been going like ham the last few months and just working a lot. And so for my 30th birthday, I wanted to just take some time off, take things a little bit slow, really soak in the moment, enjoy my time off with my dogs, my friends, my family, really bring in 30 with a clear, calm mindset. So I love you guys. I wish I was spending my birthday with you, but by the time you guys watch this, you'll see it. Then you'll see me again. I think I'll be back on schedule with a mukbang every day starting like next week or something, because I love posting every day and having dinner with you guys. So don't worry, I will come back. I've seen the comments and I appreciate y'all so much. Okay, I don't even know. I mean, we're gonna start with the shrimp. Okay, I'm so excited. Have a little bowl on the side for my trash. I feel like we haven't gotten a chance to hang out, so do we have a lot to talk about? Possibly. First and foremost, Carlos and I have been glued to the TV. Oh my God. Just had to eat the shrimp alone for a minute. You guys, when you ask for the sauce on the side, all the goodness is at the bottom. It's delicious. Look at that. Look at all that goodness. Oh my God. Wow. Empty. You can take this and put it over your rice. Oh my golly. It's so good. Oh my God. I'm already making a mess. Guys, I'm so sorry. For the last week, Carlos and I have been glued to our TV because one of you guys, I don't know who, left a comment under a previous mukbang and was like, Kim, you have to watch Snowfall on Hulu. Well, guess what? I turned it on a week ago. There's 6 seasons on Hulu. I believe the show is officially done. It ended or something. Carlos and I are on season 5. We started it a week ago. It is so, so good, you guys. I can't even explain to you how good it is. And then I learned a few days ago from you guys that it's based on a true story. So I looked it up, and it is. Anyways, if you like drugs and sex and mystery and money, it's so good. It's very good. I highly recommend Snowfall on Hulu. I actually really like the character Franklin. Well, first of all, I found out in real life the actor Franklin is dating Lori Harvey, who I think is like one of the prettiest women ever. They're so cute together. Which is Steve Harvey's daughter, by the way. But it's so good. I can't stop. Like, every day I wake up, since I've had time off, you know, I've been taking work slow to really just like take a step back and kind of take my vacation time. Every day I wake up and I'm like, Carlos, let's watch Snowfall. Like, we'll stay up until like 4 in the morning watching it. Oh, and it's been amazing. I have a little bit of salt and pepper here with lemon. Ooh, let's dig into the king crab. See, I like king crab like this. I don't like when it's really, really spiky. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to me. You gotta scoop all that goodness, man. Oh, the sauce is so good. Mmm. The meat is so sweet. So good. Yeah. I'm kind of sad though. What do I watch after Snowfall is over? Don't you hate that when you get into a really good TV show, you binge it, and then you're like, okay, well, it's over. What do I watch next? So a lot of you guys recommended Power. I see those comments. I appreciate those comments. Apparently there's a show called Power. That's really good. I'll have to check it out. It's empty. I just really like shows that are about like drugs, cartels. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've watched Narcos. Mmm. Snow crab is so good today, y'all. Usually the snow crab is kind of salty, but today it's sweet. Mmm. Crab meat is supposed to be sweet. If it's salty, it's not good. Not like you'll die, but it's just like the quality is not good. Come. I can't believe it's gonna be Halloween in a few weeks. Michelle and I have a really fun Halloween mukbang planned. We can't wait to hang out with you guys. Let me know. Let me know what you guys are doing for Halloween. I was gonna have a Halloween party this year, but we decided not to. We don't really do anything for Halloween. I honestly put like a bucket in front of the house with a shitload of candy. And the kids just kind of help themselves. Because we have 4 dogs. Can you imagine our doorbell ringing every 5 minutes for candy? My dogs, no, they're not going to like that. But I'm excited for the holidays. I think once it hits November, I start really feeling like it's the holidays, you know? Mmm. So good. Oh my gosh, you guys. Mmm. Oh my god. It's so good. I'm into the potato. These are empty. I might have eaten one or two before I started filming. Ah. Mmm. Crawfish are still frozen, friends. Mmm. Mmm. So good. Okay. And I don't have my cracker right now. Let's put her aside. Ooh, look at the snow crab. Oh, you guys, it's gonna be so good. You know what my favorite seafood is? I believe it's called, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's called Maryland crab style. It's when the seafood boil is seasoned, like dry seasoning. I think it's called Maryland style crab. I don't know. But I love seafood boils where it's like blue crab and like a bunch of different seafood, but it's seasoned with like dry seasoning. Instead of like a Cajun sauce, it's more on like just Cajun dry seasoning all over. Those are my favorite kind of seafood boils. And then you dip it in butter and it's delish. Oh my god. That was so good. Yes, bitch. Voila. So good. There's like a little piece of meat right here. Don't think you can hide. Okay, I'm gonna dip this end in here. No. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. That's good. Ah. Ice cold water is so good. Numbers. Oh my god. Okay, the snow crab has a lot of meat. You guys see how thick that is? The whole shell is covered in meat. I'm gonna show you a magic trick. Fuck. That's stupid. Oh, it's stuck. Okay. I don't think that's happening, you guys. The meat is like way too thick. There we go. Both the snow crab and the king crab meat, bomb today. Boom. I love how it's supposed to be fall time and it's like 87 degrees outside today. Well, at least in California. I miss East Coast, the East Coast. I know I say it all the time, but I just miss the seasons and everything. Well, where I live now, we definitely can see this. The leaves do change color and everything's like very warm and the leaves are very orange and yellow and it feels very like cozy outside. Definitely way more than when I used to live by the beach. I feel like if you live in the cities like by the beach, you just see palm trees and you feel like it's summer all year round. But I do love where I live now because I live more inland and right now the trees are starting to change color. Not quite yet. I'm waiting for like prime time November because every single year around fall, I always want to go and take like cute fall photos. And I've lived here for 3 years now. This is like my 3rd fall in this house. And oh my God, I can't believe it's my 3rd. Wow. Didn't I just move into this house, you guys? Time is flying by so quick. But yeah, I was on TikTok and I saw like people from the East Coast post like what it's looking like outside, and I'm like, oh my God, I miss that so much. And then Carlos and I love snow. Would we want to live in a place that has snow? Probably not. But like I miss seeing snow because like I grew up on the East Coast, you know. Pennsylvania gets snow mostly every winter. Well, I think that's kind of up and down now, but I just miss Christmas, waking up to a bunch of snow outside. Oh, I miss those days. I miss those days. It's so funny because when I moved here and I started being friends with Michelle, this was like at the beginning of our friendship. So like 9 years ago. I remember telling her about my life growing up in Pennsylvania, and it's just so different than the way she grew up in California. Like even something as, like I was telling her like in the winter time, we sometimes get 2-hour delays or school is canceled. And Michelle was like, oh my God, like we've never had that here. Because obviously there's no snow in California. Like I don't know why she would ever have like a 2-hour delay or school was canceled. But I remember growing up in PA, this was like back then, you guys. I remember growing up in PA and like when it was a snowstorm, you knew that you had to wake up at like 6 a.m. that day and turn on the TV, and they would have the school districts at the bottom. Let me know if you guys remember this. And let me know if they still do this, because I think they call you now, right? Something like that. But I remember growing up, I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning when I knew that it was like a snowstorm that day, because we all knew, like obviously. And then you would have to watch the news, and at the bottom of the news, there would be like this little banner that goes across, and it would list all of the schools in like the county, and it would say closed or 2-hour delay after. So I went to my school district was York Suburban School District. So since it's York Suburban School District, it starts with a Y, and since it's in alphabetical order, I always had to wait until the very last letter, which is Y, and then I would find out. And if I missed it, I would have to sit through all of the school districts again. But I remember when I graduated high school in 2012, they stopped doing that, and the principal would call and leave a voicemail that says, hi, this is like principal, yada, yada, yada. York Suburban High School will be closed today due to the storm, or York Suburban High School will be having a 2-hour delay. I think that's what happened in 2012. So I don't know how this high school works now, but I remember back then we had to sit in front of the school or in front of the TV and see if our school was closed that day. And I remember in high school we had a snowstorm, and I think the snow was like, it was big. It was like 2 feet of snow. I remember opening the front door and like people could not get out of their house. It was a really big snowstorm, and we were off school for like 5 days. But the thing with like being off school, if you guys didn't know, and I know if you live like where it snows and mostly on the East Coast and stuff, then you're kind of like, oh, Kim, we knew this. But I'm telling you, like, people who live in other states like do not get to experience this at all. So if you guys didn't know, oh, hang on. This crawfish is, oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my God, lost my chance. What am I talking about? Oh my God, I don't remember what I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? We were talking about snow. My mind was all over the place. Wait, we were talking about snowstorms, and then the snow was gonna be like 2 feet high. Oh, this is what I didn't say. It sounds fun that, oh my God, you get like 5 days off of school if there's a snowstorm. However, there are days throughout the year that you have to make it up. So for example, if the snowstorm would like happen in December, our next holiday would be like President's Day or like Martin Luther King Jr.'s day or birthday, I think. One of those. Or it would be like spring break. Like they would have to make it up through those days. And if you use up all of those days, they would add it on to the end of the year and it would take away from your summer vacation. So it was kind of cool that we got those days off, but just keep in mind we did have to make them up. And I remember that year specifically, we had to make it up in the summer because there were so many snow days. And I think we added like 1 or 2 days onto the last day of school. And it wasn't fun during that time, but yeah, fun fact, not a lot of people in the United States get to experience that, okay? But yeah, I haven't seen snow in so long. Oh, eggs. Oh, I just got. Oh. So good. Wow, I've never really been into the potato that much. This is so good. I think I ate something spicy. Oh. I could eat potato with this sauce every day, all day. That is bomb. I think that's my last potato, man. I'm so sad. What the heck? Oh my god, I didn't even eat one sausage. It's because I don't have my rice, man. It doesn't taste the same. Oh, I think I ate something spicy. It's burning in my mouth. Mm. I'm dying. I feel like the medium is good. Okay, guys. I'm gonna die. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna get emotional about turning 30. I don't feel sad about turning 30. I'm really excited for my 30s. I think that the next decade of my life is going to be so good. And if it's not, I'm gonna make it good. But I feel like my 20s were such solid years in my life. And like, I honestly can look back at my 20s and be so proud of everything that I went through. I think I went through so many different things in my personal life and in my career in my 20s, and I've grown so much that I look back and I'm really proud of myself. And I'm excited for my 30s. You know, a lot of people, when they approach their 30s, sometimes we all get a little bit anxious, and I feel like a lot of us are on the same boat about turning 30, but I think I'm really excited for it. I mean, I can't imagine like everything that's gonna happen in my 30s. So many things happen in my 20s that have taught me so much, or have been great experiences and great memories to look back at. And I feel like my 30s are gonna be filled with so many more lessons. I'm hopefully entering, you know, being a mother in my 30s, and, you know, learning and understanding what it's like to be a mom. I think that's a chapter that will most likely happen in my 30s. I don't know at what age, but hopefully in my early 30s. I think being a mom is probably the next thing that I really look forward to, because I feel like in my 20s, I have checked off all the things that I wanted to check off. I finished college. I, you know, have a solid career that I love. I bought a house. You know, I went through different kind of variations of my career in order to get to where I want to be. Excuse me. I got married, which I've always wanted to get married, but honestly didn't really think it was going to happen anytime soon. I always thought I would get married in my 30s, to be honest with you. So it was really a big blessing and a surprise to find Carlos so early on. I think Carlos and I met when we were 24, and now we're both 30, so it's been a while. I mean, what else did I do in my 20s? I think also just growing up as a person really taught me a lot. I remember like in my early 20s, I was definitely more of like a people pleaser. I cared a lot about what other people thought of me. I tried so hard to fit in. Even if at times trying hard to fit in meant not being who I am authentically and trying to be someone I'm not, saying things that I shouldn't have been saying, you know, acting a certain way. And now I'm just at a place, you know, in my life where I feel very free, and it's a nice feeling to feel. I remember in my 20s talking to people in their 30s, and they would always explain this type of feeling where you just don't really care about things that don't matter. You really pick and choose your battles. things that really matter to you when it comes to your image and, you know, what other people think about you, things like that, and materialistic things, they all over the years start to not matter, and you start to realize during this time of your transition the people that matter the most and the battles that you're willing to fight for. And so I kind of have been feeling it the last, I would say, like year and a half, 2 years, where I know where I want to put my focus, my love, and my attention towards. So I don't know, I think for me especially, it's been kind of really cool to grow up online. I started my YouTube channel when I was 21 years old, so I have had this chance to really grow up and blossom online and have a bunch of people around the world go through it with me, which has been really cool. Were there times where it sucked? Yes, because, you know, you're already making so many mistakes in your 20s. You're going through so many changes. You don't really quite know the difference between right and wrong quite yet. Obviously, the basic things you do know because you're smart enough, but you don't really know, you know, the longevity of a decision that you make in your 20s and how that will affect you as you get older. So it was cool to grow up in the public eye, but at times it was also hard because I wasn't the smartest person growing up. Definitely made a lot of mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes obviously are exposed online. I guess you could use the word expose. But I think that's what the coolest thing about my 20s is that I look back and I realize that I've gotten this chance to grow up in the public eye, and my mistakes, you know, were shared with the world. And at the end of the day, I don't mind it because I think it's so important to be a reminder to people that watch you that you're a real person and that it's okay to make mistakes and it's okay to grow up and curate the journey that you want, because I feel like we live in a society where we compare ourselves a lot to other people, and sometimes it gets a little bit hard. But I think something that I like to ask myself is, who am I trying to be better than, and why am I trying to be better than them? And most of the times I realize that I am doing it for the wrong reasons, when really I should be able to challenge myself and go through things to better who I am, you know, and not compare myself to my peers or my siblings or people that I see online. Because that's like the beautiful thing about growing up and going through life, is that you get to curate your own story and your own journey and make your own personal mistakes and grow in a way that fits you, and grow in a way that makes you proud of who you are. So as much as it was difficult to grow up in my 20s online, it was also amazing because I know that to be in the medical field because I wanted to help people. But I just didn't have what it took to be in the medical field and be a doctor or a nurse. I'm not really like a smart, you know, book smart person. And I always thought that was kind of like me failing at what I wanted to do. But then I started YouTube, and next year will be my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. And I realized that I might just be helping other people in a way that I never thought I could. And I know that sounds so cliche, but I've seen your comments and I've seen your messages about how much my vlogs or my mukbangs have really helped you go through life. Especially COVID was so hard for all of us. And I really appreciate that. I hope you guys know that when you leave comments like that, it really is a genuine, sweet, kind reminder for me of why I love doing what I do online, and why I've been doing it for the last 9 years. of my life, and I just want to say thank you so much for just being there for me. I know that a lot of you guys found me when I was 25, probably. That's when I started my mukbang channel. But a lot of you guys have been here since I was 21 years old when I started YouTube with makeup tutorials. And I just really appreciate y'all. It's been so amazing to go through everything in my life with you. You guys literally are like my big sisters, my big brothers, you know, my little sister, little brother. You guys are like family to me. And whenever something exciting happens in my life, I always want to get on the internet and just share a video and share on Instagram. I always incorporate you guys in everything that I do. And I hope you guys know that you never go unnoticed or unappreciated, because I appreciate you guys so much. And with that being said, I love you guys, and so sorry for this. You know, I wanted to just have a moment and have a little heart to heart, because I know I've been kind of absent and with my birthday right now. I just wanted to really sit down and remind you guys how much you mean to me. I will see you guys in the next few days. I don't know when, to be honest with you. I'm still taking things slow, but I definitely will be back full-time slowly sometime next week. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and please subscribe to my vlog channel where I post 2 vlogs a week. The vlogs are really, really fun, I promise you. So make sure you guys subscribe over there. And then follow me on TikTok. I've been posting a lot on TikTok as well, and my Instagram. I always have all of my accounts linked down below if you guys want to follow me on all the social platforms. Bye.